Okay, this is just a quick video, hopefully to go over what I think is very important in these days, with the possibility of any kind of terrorist attack, even an EMP attack that would destroy our power, as well as large earthquakes or the power grid just failing, or an enemy attack by ISIS or a different country taking out our power or such. And as we see here with this video, the standoff that's going on in Oregon right now, like the earlier one that was down in, where was it, in Texas or Arizona, with the Bundy Ranch. Okay, this one's going on in Oregon, and the feds, instead of having an all-out battle, they're just going to shut off power and supplies to the militia in Oregon because it's cold, it's snowing, so they're going to shut off their power and their food to force them to leave. So in these days, the Lord is with us, and we have to be careful. See, people think that if you're a prepper that you're not trusting in the Lord, but that's not the case, because many times, and I'll give you some biblical examples later and leave a link, the Lord warns his people of what's coming so that they can prepare. And if we already have alternative power sources, food, water, and necessities for living in case of any event, then this shutting off the power and food supplies to this group won't make a difference because they're going to be self-sufficient. And so in a way, if it does cause them to leave, the government has power. It has power over you, because it's going to force you to do what it wants you to do by cutting off power and food and water. So we're giving that power to other people over us, is what I'm saying, rather than being able to be self-sufficient and being able to take care of ourselves, like they did for thousands of years before we had a flip of a switch to turn our lights on and stored up groceries at the grocery store, money that comes, we can just cash our check and get money to spend wherever we want. We have modern day conveniences, but maybe those won't always be there. And so what would you do if you had your power or your food or your water supply stopped? How would you take care of your family? In 1 Timothy 5:8, it says, But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. In Proverbs, now I'm losing it, Proverbs 22:3, and it repeats itself, I think, in 27 something. A prudent man sees danger and hides himself, but the simple pass on and suffer for it. So there's no shame or wrong in hiding yourself from danger. Many times the Lord told the prophets to escape or to go. Even Jesus had to leave before it was his time to be crucified. He had to leave certain areas or cities so that they wouldn't seize him. And even Joseph and Mary were warned to leave the city with baby Jesus, or the child Jesus, so that Herod wouldn't capture him and kill him before it was his time. So a wise person sees danger and hides himself, but the simple pass on and suffer for it. We don't want to be part of the ones that suffer for not being prepared in an event of any emergency or planned shut off or attack on our power grid, or the grid just failing. If the power were to go out from an EMP, whether it's a planned attack or not, or just planned attacks on our power stations, 9 different points. I believe there's 7 or 9 different points in the whole U.S., and if they were all attacked at the same time, our power would be gone. And it would take a year to restore the power to most places. After that, just think of how many people would die from lack of food and from the chaos and the fighting and looting and pillaging that would take place in that year. Millions of people. So I made a list because the Lord told me back in May 2012 to be ready and to be prepared for the days ahead. And so I've slowly been adding to this list, and I'm not in any great hurry, but since the Lord's given me time, I've been able to build on it. But I typed it out so that I could share it with you, just to share a couple sites. Even if you go to Costco and you type in emergency foods, you can order online. They have buckets that have freeze-dried meals or fruits or dairy products, as well as cans. Some of these last up to 25 years, some are 10 to 15 years, some are 5 to 10 or 3 to 5, depending on what you're getting. If it's fruits, vegetables, milk powder, powdered eggs, or so forth. But there's even, buckets of sugar, flour, or honey to make bread, or grains. So they even sell many of these, the buckets in the Costco store itself. And then I like Honeybill. They're very quick. Usually it's a flat $4.99 on shipping if you get the standard shipping, and that only takes 2 or 3 days. So it's $5 for shipping no matter how big your order is. And they always have this build a case special. If you order 6 large cans of anything, you get 10% off plus the $5 shipping. So they have combo packs, or you can order single cans of stuff. All right. I urge everyone to at least have emergency foods for their family, and some of these other things on the list, just in case. I'm going to leave a link to survivalforchristians.blogspot.com here by Damon Duck. I haven't read the whole thing. It's not that long, but he goes into, does the Bible say anything about storing food? And yes, even on the ark before the destruction came, the Lord told Noah to build the ark and that he was going to bring the animals to put on it. But he also said, take unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be food for thee and for them, for the family and for the animals. And Noah did. So the Lord didn't provide miraculously the food on the ark. He told Noah to store it up, as well as Joseph with the Pharaoh's dreams about the fat and skinny cows and the fat and skinny husks of corn or grain. And so I'll leave a link to this. Natural disasters are increasing, he says. This is a major sign that the end of the age is near. The rapture indeed is coming, but there's also famine. California, where I live, there's really low water, even though we're having rain right now, but there's so many people that water has to serve. There's not enough. And so we should always be ready for things that may come. So with that, just the basic list here that I have. And if you want, I'll see if I can attach it somehow to the video, and if not, I can send it to you if you send me a message. But Water, food, and shelter are the main things. And we're not just talking our house, but what happens if we can't stay at our house. So water, as much as you can, and you can store up water if you have a pool, tank, or well. You can use these. You can filter pool water with a gravity filter, ceramic filters that take out all the chemicals. You can also have ways to purify water that you find. Life straws, you can put those in your backpack, and then you can have a purifier that you can take with you even to camping. Food, MREs, freeze-dried foods, canned foods, dry foods. You can take some of those dry foods and you can food seal them in airtight bags so they'll last 2 to 5 times longer. Fire starting ways and I suggest that those be kept, the smaller items, in a backpack that you can grab if you need to leave quickly. But matches, flint, lighters, kindling, wood. You can always have wood in case you need to have a fire in your yard or your fireplace if the gas is out. Shelter, tents, warm sleeping bags, tarps, trailers, RV, cargo container, cabin, blankets, etc. in case your heater's not working or if you have to leave and camp somewhere. Cookware, ways to cook. You can even make a solar oven for $5 to $20 with 2 boxes and some, foil and piece of glass and such. Energy, wood, more wood, or other means of producing energy. You can have a solar or gas or propane generator. I don't even have one of those yet, but I can burn wood in my fireplace or wood camping. Clothing, a couple extra outfits, long sleeve shirt, jacket, warm socks, and a bandana. There's like 100 uses for a bandana, just like there's 100 uses for large black plastic trash bags. Survival equipment, knives, paracord, trapping items, fishing material, handbooks on wilderness survival or edible plants in your area, and then couple large trash bags. You can use those even for rain ponchos if you don't have a 99-cent rain poncho in your backpack. You can use trash bags to even fill with leaves and make it soft underneath your sleeping bag. First aid, necessary first aid equipment, extra antibiotics, vitamins, essential oils, remedies for being sick, remedies like NyQuil, bandages, even maybe potassium iodide tablets. Hygiene, wipes, soap, antibacterial soap, dish soap, sponges, towel, deodorant, and the like. Tools, a basic tool set for your car, including Phillips and straight edge screwdrivers, pliers, and wrench. At the minimum, also a hammer for camping, anything that you may need to hammer, like the tent stakes. Crazy glue and duct tape are always good. You can even roll a little bit of duct tape on an old credit card you cut in half and just roll some duct tape on that. Put that in your backpack. And a little thing of crazy glue. Usually they're like 3 for $1 at the 99-cent store. Axe, shovel, and a hatchet. They even have little folding shovels that you can buy for like $6. Weapons for hunting and protection. I think everyone should have 1 pistol, 1 shotgun, 1 rifle, and a knife or a couple good knives. You're not going to carry it all with you if you had to leave. And don't forget the ammo. But you need a shotgun and a rifle for hunting, and knives to help after the hunting, as well as for fish, cutting up fish. Don't forget the ammo. And that's going to be harder to come by as the days get further along. Backpack, you can get one at a garage sale and fill it up with some of these items. I usually I make a gallon Ziploc bag with food supplies in it, and then like a quart size one or a little sandwich bag size one with first aid stuff in it, and that way it's waterproof inside the bags. So on the go needs all the essentials in it, everything, a little bit of everything, and don't forget a couple bottles of water. Important documents should be somewhere where they're all together collectively and you can take them if you need to leave soon. Birth certificates, licenses, hunting and fishing licenses, cards, firearm card or permits, passports, Social Security. Vehicle, make sure you have, even if you have older vehicles, that they're in good running condition. They're maintained and they have good tires on them. Also, if you have a trailer RV that you can hook up, have that ready to go. Dirt bikes and bikes. Someday bikes might be the only means of transportation if there's no gas pumps to pump the gas. And stock up some extra gas if you can in your gas cans, and try to have your cars filled. I know mine aren't always filled because it depends on what the money situation is, but try to have your gas tanks filled and ready to go. Bartering items to use as trade or for monetary value. So these can be chocolate, coffee, foods like chocolate or coffee, or necessities like ammo, toilet paper, or wipes. Also precious metals, bartering items, and monetary items. Have more than one plan because not all our plans always pan out the way we think. So have an A, B, C, and D plan. Bugging in plans as well as places to go. Let those in your group know where those places are. Important, practice a couple or a few times a year at the least, going to those areas of bug out locations, if not by drilling and taking all these things with you, which I haven't done because it would be too time consuming and too much work. You can even turn off your power for a day or two at home and try using these items outside and inside without power or running water to see how well you guys would do. And you can also, like I said, go to the bug out locations and camp and acclimate yourself to the situation. So that's all I have for this video. Wanted to share that. Sorry. I'll leave a link to this post, and I hope it's been beneficial. God bless you.